Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to say, Bashim Marakak. Double honors to the others and apostles of great millstone GMS who do rule and teach well. Here on CBSnews.com, right, New York. Crime. Multiple stabbings reported in subway system as NYPD announces crackdown on fare evasion, right? So don't take this down YouTube. I'm just reading the article. I'm not threatening anyone. All right, this is just what's going on in the city. Right, we know that, all eyes have been on NYC as of late. The shooting in Hoyt Skimmerhorn and shit. Which, I mean, that area is that's not even a bad area. Hoyt. As soon as you get off, you're pretty much, not too far from, fucking Macy's and shit. And it's only a walking distance away from, is it Atlantic? No, it's not. I don't think it is Atlantic. Is it Atlantic Mall? I think you could walk there from there to Barclay. Oh, Court Street. I'm not thinking about Atlantic. Court Street. It's a walking distance away from Court Street, and that's a big street. Those of y'all that, live down here, we all be Court Street before. And the movie theater, that's around there. And then there's Barnes & Noble's next to it. And then across the street from there, you get the Trader Joe's. So it's a metropolitan area. So you have crime going on in these heavy metropolitan areas. It's happening all over the place, right? It's not even a bad area, like I said, right? But the shootings and the shit happen, which is more to it than just a shooting. The guy, it was a Latino versus a Jake, versus a, Southern Kingdom Jake, black guy, and the black guy and the Latino were basically fighting. Then the Latino's girlfriend stabbed the black guy, and so the black guy went and got his gun. He was getting ready to shoot them both, and then the Latino somehow got his gun and shot him, and I don't know what happened next to the black guy. I think the Latino's facing no charges. The black guy, I think, is in critical condition, and they haven't found his girlfriend. Which that's actually in the scriptures. About all that, like how a woman is not supposed to get in the middle of fights between men, because if the woman would have stayed out of it, the black guy was just gonna beat up the Latino guy, like you see in the video, and he was just gonna leave it like that, because that's just the way Jake rolls in the hood, man. These hood niggas, that's the way shit rolls. He's like, all right, I'm gonna whoop your ass and then I'm gonna go, You have other stuff that's like gangland shit when it's like, okay, well, I'm just gonna shoot you, but it could also be random and shit too, because it's fucking wild. Jake is fucking wild, man. Niggas are wild, right? There's been a recent series of I'm not gonna call him Judah because he's not in his right mind, or Yahweh, like we say, the Paleo Hebrew. So there's been a recent series of violent incidents in and around New York City subway system, and now NYPD has announced a new crackdown of fare evasion underground. Right, so the Most High is riling up these spirits, right, all over the place, not just here in New York, but the same shit that happens here happens everywhere. One person was rushed to the hospital at the stabbing on the Upper West Side. The FDNY got the call. It's at 11 a.m. Monday. It happened on Broadway and West 95th and 96th Street outside subway entrance, right out there in Manhattan. Everything crossed the street and collapsed in front of a T-Mobile store, right? Non-threatening injuries. Around 4:30 a.m., a 52-year-old man was stabbed in the back outside northbound J train at the Kosciuszko Street station. That's actually not too far from me. Investigators said the man told another person to stop smoking. The alleged attacker then pulled out a knife and stabbed him several times in the back. Exactly, I know where this area is. Not too far by car, not by walking. The victim was taken to the hospital in stable condition. The suspect was taken to custody. Right. Several hours later, another stabbing happened at the Franklin Avenue station. Police said around 11:30 a.m. a 21-year-old woman was stabbed in the back near the turnstiles. Police said the victim reported an unknown female stabbed her with a sharp object. All right. So we know what's going on. Love of many waxing cold and shit like that. People are just losing it, man, and you getting these violent attacks, right? Which is all demons, inhabiting these people, and they just fucking bug out, and they just, attack at people at random, right? At 1 a.m. Saturday, a woman was slashed in the face at the South Ferry subway station in Manhattan. Police have called the incident domestic and have identified a subject, right? So she was stabbed in the face by a man, or I don't know, maybe a woman, because that's how people roll nowadays. And then the rest is talking about bag checks, which at the Wadi Al Bashmi Al, I've walked past plenty of police and they haven't checked my bag one time, and Lord willing it stays that way because haven't checked my bag when I carry the camp sign. If I'm not going to camp and I'm just carrying my little satchel bag and whatever, like I don't care if police check that. I just care if they check the camp bag, because I don't want to get in no weird situation with no cops. Oh, what's this all about? And then but if you're ever in a situation, you just gotta leave it to the Most High and just kind of explain yourself, kind of keep calm and just leave it up to the Most High. You'll be all right. And you just gotta have faith. Don't like bug out or whatever, or start screaming at the cops. And you could play dumb with them. Play dumb with them and stuff like that. Don't say, hey, man, fuck you devils, man. Fuck you devils, man. Because it's only going to piss them off. But now, I talk about the fair. People just skipping the fairs and shit. So, it's about to become a lot harder to live in the city. Congestion prices is going to come in. I know they're going to raise the fare. My sister told me this. They're going to raise the fare to $3.25, which that means every day you want to go out, it's gonna be $7, straight up $7. If you want to go, it means $7 every time I want to go camp, right? Same thing for you brothers. If you take the train, you gotta pay $7, right? Which gas is a pain in the ass too. So either way, you get fucked when you live inside the city. And the gas problem, that's all across the place anyway, all across the nation, All right, so seems I didn't put it here, but let's look at Psalm 23, verse 1. Those my shepherd I shall not want. He make me to lie down in green pastures. He lead me beside the still waters. Right, green pastures is the kingdom, and the still water is the peace and stability. We be washed over during Jacob's trouble. Right? He restoreth my soul. He leave me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Right? You got Psalm 119 and stuff like that. And then of course you got the namesake, right? I mean, there's a lot more you can go with this. He restoreth my soul. Removes you from that spiritual, brain dead state you were in the world. And the thing is that you can kind of see it in these other people, they're just kind of out of it. You notice that a lot with queens and shit, but you see it everywhere. It's people just look they're straight fucking zombies, man. And that's because they're just in the fucking world, man. They got nothing to look forward to. They got no hope like we do. We have hope, right? I don't know what this is off the bat. I don't really go into things Hebrews 11:1. I gotta read the book of Hebrews again. Now faith for the substance of things, hope forth for the evidence of things not seen. Right? That's what it is, man. You gotta have hope. Right? And have faith. These people in the world, they ain't got no faith. Though I walk through the shadow of the valley of death. Did I read that right? Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, no fear, no evil, for thou art with me, thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Right? In the valley of the shadow of death, there's this low-lying land of no morals here in America. It's the shadow of death because, we're seeing here all these stabbings and shit. You could lose your fucking life like that. Now imagine If it's 4 or 5 a.m. and then there's no one out there to help you, 3 a.m., 2 a.m., and some fucking random fucking bug out, stabs you in the back with a knife, there's no one to call. No one's gonna help you, If you out there, you don't got enough strength to like limp, whatever, or call the cops, you're dead, right? And that's the type of shit that's going on in this city, And thing is that's the same place everywhere. It's just fucking danger and death all over the place. Every time we turn on the news, someone's died, someone's house lit on fire, or something happened to this person, or something happened to that person. People getting fucking stabbed, people getting robbed, jumped, all types of shit, man. It's just the spotlight is on NY because it's a sanctuary city and whatever, and people are looking at there now because like, yeah, look, see it, we told you so. You let these migrants come to your city and look what they're doing. They're fucking your shit up, right? And the rod and the staff of the scriptures, right? And the rod is used for correction, and the staff is how you're measured. And it goes to that, like the reed like unto a rod in Revelation 11, and that's how you're measured, whether you're elect or you're not, through the scriptures. Yep. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 7 and 8. Better is the end of the thing than the beginning thereof. And the patient spirit is better than the proud spirit, right? So what we're watching right now is the end of America. We're watching New York City, which is the premier city, one of the premier cities, like along with like like Vegas and fucking, like Hollywood and Hollyweird and, all this shit. I can't think about any other ones. Vegas, Hollyweird, New York City. And there's more. Atlanta. Yeah, but you know what I mean. And then we're watching this place fucking unravel. And it's not just New York City. It's just that I'm just focusing on New York City here. But this is the same shit that happens everywhere. It happens all across America, fucking bad infrastructure and all kinds of stuff, man. This book of Nahum 23 verse 1. Woe to the bloody city is all full of lies and robbery that play the part of not. Right, and that bloody city is here in America. Right, it's literally one big city, and this place was built upon our blood, and that's why this place is being judged, man. Because the big destruction is about to come here, and the Lord is going to save the 1/3. Like it says in Zechariah, He's going to save the 1/3 right out of here in America, in that land. We're going to come out of this place, well, and I'm about that number, right? Why? Because the people that run this nation, they built this land, off of our bloodshed. This land was built, here in New York City, built off the backs of so-called black people. Right? They forced to do a lot of the manual labor, right? And Native Americans too, GAD too. They just made GAD fight each other, and then they kicked GAD off and moved GAD to like tiny little reservations and kept them there. Of course, that was after the rapings and the murder and the death. Let's see what else the brother got here. Yeah, we read that already. So book of Sirach 20 and 9. There's a sinner that have good success in evil things, and there is a gain that turned to loss. Exactly. And that's what America had, a success in evil things, but now they gain this country through deceit and through wickedness. Because when they first came down here, they failed. They were fucking dying and shit. They were committing cannibalism. It didn't really pop off until like 1619 when they started bringing, Jake from Africa over here. Then they started to like get shit together around about the time period, circa. But before then, their shit was getting fucking. They didn't have no food because they just came down here looking for gold immediately, but they didn't. They weren't trying to build stuff, you know. Um, hmm. Man, there's a precept to this that I'm looking for. Is it this one? I thought there's another one that's like, if you haven't always been this way towards, if you haven't always done this towards my chosen. There's another one that's kind of similar but different. Man. Well, I'll just read this. Second Esdras 15 and 31. 15 and 53. Second Esdras 15 and 53. Whoops. If thou had always just slain my chosen, exalting the stroke of thine hands, and saying over their dead when I was drunken. Right? Focus on America. They killed us like we were nothing. Treat us like the other nations. Yeah, treated us like that. Right? Treat us like garbage. The other nations did that too, but America is the top offender. And that's true. Hell, even with these police, you know, I was listening to, and that's why everything is coming down onto them, right? You know, and it's why it's going to get worse, because we're moving into that Jacob's trouble time, a time like, you know, no other, right? But I was watching Tariq Nasheed, and he was talking about this, you know, but these people are, fuck, man, how am I trying to word this? Fuck, how am I trying to word this? What did he say? What did he say, man? How the fuck did it leave my mind so quick? Fuck, man. Had not always slain my chosen. What did I read here that made me think of what I'm trying to say? Man, I can't remember, man. Oh, okay, the police. Right. So he was talking about that, and with these police, you know, they have their own white supremacist organizations within the police, and basically to move up, you have to kill a black man, right? And you know they have the whole, what was it called, Acorn Gate situation and whatever. That you know, he believes that was an example of that, you know, that the police used that acorn as just an excuse to try to go kill him, to try to move up within their, you know, satanic cult that they have within the police force. You know, and I believe him on that. You know, because it's, you know, it's organized with their shit. You know, it's not just, oh, we're just gonna kill him because we want to. It's like, no. They're organized with their shit, and their shit is all going back to Satanism. You know, because that's what these Edomites are all into. Hell, whenever you hear about, oh, the Satan Club, guarantee you 99% of the time it's always the Edomite who's running that bullshit. You can have Jakes that may be in the club, but that's all Esau, man. Jakes are satanic too, but you know, I'm just making that example. You know, little one, you brothers edified. You know, you seen this shit go down in NY, but it's going on everywhere. Death, destruction, hell, mayhem. It's all prophesied to come to this place. It's coming quick. It's coming quick. You know, the fucking homeless fucking problem. You know, I just came from you know, downtown Brooklyn. You know, my mom needed to pick up some things, and she was like, oh, stuff is kind of heavy. Can you help me? And I was like, okay, sure. You know, so I went with her to go ahead and do that. You know, and you know, just kind of walking around, we saw that stuff. The fucking like homeless people and shit. You know, homeless people just like fucking, like one dude was just fucking singing to himself. I'm like, what the fuck? You know, it's fucking bad, bro. And I didn't remember downtown Brooklyn being like that dilapidated. Like every other, like there was a big restaurant, what do you call it, Applebee's that used to be in the area, And I look at it now, and Applebee's is gone. And I'm like, damn, dude, like they got this place. Like I've been going to that Applebee's since I was, fuck, man. Man, I was like 15, 16? No, earlier. Maybe it was 15, 16. You know, because I know it's a long time ago because I have memories of going there with my dad. And he's been dead for like a solid 6 years. So it's like he's been in the spirit world a solid 6 years or so. So it's like, I know that place has been around for a minute, but now it's closing down, and they call it what, the office apocalypse and shit like that. These businesses just can't deal with inflation, some of them, and they just move shit down. I don't know why that place shut down exactly. It could be just they weren't getting no sales or whatever, or something else, so they couldn't deal with inflation. I don't know, but you see that shit happen. So shit is not looking good. Lowell and edified and Shalom.